Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I'm Constep and this is going to be part 6 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Danes. And in the last episode I was able to start my invasion against the Novgorods and I finished them off. Yeah, they are gone now. And now I am bordering the Byzantines. This really awkward territory here has been conquered by the Byzantines. I feel like they somehow were fleeing their enemies because they've been chased up here. Last I checked, the Turks are up here as well. And also, last I checked, this province is cut off from the rest of the Byzantine territory. They no longer own Constantinople. They don't own any of this, I don't think. And yeah, they don't have any presence in the Balkans, I don't think. They still have Naples, and they have taken Sicily, and they still own 2 of these islands. But it is looking like I will be attacking the Byzantines shortly. So I'm glad that I do not have an alliance with them. I did not mess that one up. The forces here are varied, to say the least. They have these Trebizond archers, which are pretty good archer units. They have a high attack, and they also have a small shield as well. And I believe they have other good stats as well. They're good. And the Byzantine infantry, this is a banged up unit, but it has an armor upgrade. And they typically come in units of 100, so this unit still has 53 men in it. This is a good sword unit, but it usually relies on how much men it has. You know, a 100-man unit of swords is pretty good in this game. So this is banged up. These guys throw grenades that can be very dangerous, but it also can be a waste if they don't get to actually throw their grenades. Basic spearmen, nothing too worrisome. These must be mercenaries actually, because the Byzantines recruit the round shield spearmen, not the spearmen with the rectangle shields. They have the same exact stats, it's just that these ones are for the Western Catholic nations, and then the round shield spearmen are for the Eastern Catholic nations, but also the Orthodox nations as well. So yeah, these must be mercenaries. These also are mercenaries, the steppe cavalry. You know, mercenaries, or they were just bribed soldiers. This is a good light cav. The Slav warriors are essentially peasants. Even though they do have a spear, they don't get the spear bonus. It doesn't count for that at all. They're just dudes that have basically just slightly better stats than peasants. They do have 100-man units, so there is that, but yeah, they're not good units. So this is mostly fluff and filler, although this unit right here does have the silver armor upgrade. Is that the second or the third? That might be +3 armor. Yeah, and then they do have 16 cataphracts in this unit. Tough cav unit, for sure. Heavily armored, very good charge, good attack. Tough unit indeed. What does this stack have? Some Lithuanian cavalry. So this was a bribed unit that used to be part of this army here in Lithuania. Obviously, it's my understanding that this is a good cav unit, a good light cav unit, but it is a bit banged up. And then basic horse archers, let's see, Allen mercenary cavalry, I believe this is a light cav unit. Woodsmen, pretty low tier, bonus versus armor. And then, yeah, the Slav javelin men, a little bit banged up as well. It's a really ragtag army, isn't it? They do have this 3-star general though, who it's not nothing. It's 0 loyalty though on him. Ooh, moral flexibility. Minus 30% cost to bribe. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So if I bribed this stack, then I would just have to fight this stack. In fact, I could make this stack fight this stack. Ooh. Who is the general of this army? It would be this spearman unit. Lord Straticus. And he has no command stars, and he has no No general boosting stats. Okay. How much would it cost to bribe? What's his name? Acephorus Diogenes? Where are my... Here. Here's one of my guys. How much would it cost to bribe you? 1900 florins. It's very tempting. That is very tempting. Gosh, man, should I just do that right now? I was gonna wait, I really was. I was gonna wait until I had some guys that were ready to go. I mean, right now, I'm just going to assault this garrison here in this fort because it would only take 2 turns to starve them out, but frankly, right now, every turn counts. I feel like I've spent enough time on this early game, and now I need to get things going. Having only 3 provinces where I can build stuff and train stuff it feels bad. So I need to get these provinces up to speed so that at least 2 of them are building boats, and then the 3rd one can potentially train bishops or soldiers or whatever, because right now my Scandinavian provinces are really carrying the load in that regard, and it feels slow. It does. It definitely feels slow. So getting a 4th province up here in this region that, for one thing, could trade wood, hides, butter, and also getting it before potentially it gets attacked by someone else also feels good, because what if the Turks take it or the Poles take it, you know? Are there any buildings here? Spearmaker. And the fort does have a defensive upgrade, the Bailey, which is that 2nd tier of wall, or that 2nd wall, or that basically the outer courtyard wall. Okay. Interesting. I will think about it. Let's make sure that we are assaulting this. I do have enough archers and ballista to help me get through this fort. And it does have just the 1st defensive upgrade, which is the Mott. And the Mott, I believe, it's a really simple. I think it's just the hill that raises that inner fortification up a little bit, and I think that's it. I think it just gives a little bit of a high ground on the inner courtyard area. Pretty basic stuff. I am currently building ports in both Finland and Novgorod, and then after that, I will have to get, the trading post first. I like to get that as soon as I can, just so that it does provide a little bit of income, even without trade. Actually, no, because I have boats already. Yeah, right. I already have these boats going, so that will immediately be getting me trade income from all the way, down here, really. Now, I believe it's true in this game, and as well as Shogun, that when you try to bribe another faction's army, I believe that you are declaring war against them. So I have to keep that in mind. The issue is the Byzantines still do have at least a couple boats in the water, and they are the very fast, very fast, very annoying Jomons. This is a boat that's going to be very hard to catch. It has 4 speed. I mean, it even has a 2-star admiral, which might make it fight better than it should. And that's all it takes to disrupt a trade economy, is like one annoying ass boat that you can't catch. And the Byzantines have 2 of them that I can see. I think they just have the 2. And that's all it would take. If I can't catch those boats and they stay in my trade lanes, then they are blocking my trade lanes. And, this income that I'm making, this 3,000 florins, it goes away pretty fast. So all I want to do is take this territory off the Byzantines and then get a ceasefire. There's a chance that I can get an actual just natural ceasefire by sending my emissary to go talk to the Byzantine Emperor. There's a chance of that, yes. If that fails, then what I can try to do is get a automatic ceasefire. And for those of you who are new to the game, what that means is for one thing, if I am not bordering any Byzantine territory, which I hopefully will not be, I don't think they have any territory down here. But if my provinces are not bordering their provinces, then the only other stipulation would be to make sure that my boats are not in any sea regions that border their regions. So I would have to remove my boats from the Tyrrhenian Sea, the Straits of Sicily, the Ionian, the Adriatic, and then here as well, the Sea of Crete, the Eastern Mediterranean. That also would disrupt trade for sure. And so there's no way around it, really. When it comes to war with the Byzantines, my trade will be disrupted either way. It just depends on what's going to be faster, killing their boats or getting that auto ceasefire. And my guess would be getting the auto ceasefire would be faster. I will try to send my emissary down to talk to their emperor, and that would be the fastest. That would be the most ideal situation. If my emissary can get that ceasefire, I mean, I think I have at least 2 of them, right? I think I have 2 emissaries. Yeah. 1 here and then 1 here. So I can send this one down to Sicily right now. And he can just get ready to talk to the Byzantine Emperor. Whenever this war kicks off, you know, he can just immediately talk to him and see if we can get him to accept a ceasefire. Say, hey, we just wanted Lithuania, and now we're done, and that's it. And he might say, yeah, well, that's fine. Or if he wants to be a pain in the ass, then we have to like get an auto ceasefire, would be my guess. What I don't know is, obviously, so I know that you have to not be in any sea regions that border their territories, but what about their boats? Like, what if their boat is in the same sea region as one of your boats? Does that count against getting that auto ceasefire? That I don't know. And that could make it a little bit more annoying if I'm unable to, like if they keep, you know, escaping my boats from killing theirs, but then if they like somehow stay in a trading lane where they, you know, counter that auto ceasefire. I'm not sure how that works, but I guess I can experiment and find out here. Now, because my unique Danish, basically my Viking units, can only be trained in my Scandinavian provinces, I do want to keep these provinces on those units for as long as I can, because I will not be able to train them once the year hits 1204. With that being said, I think I do want some cavalry in my armies, some light cav to be specific. Yeah, it would be nice to get some units in my armies just to... I like having some cav, you know, it feels good. Having these infantry armies feels kind of restrictive, you know? So I have some options. As the Danes, there's this horseman unit which was added into the game. I'm assuming this was added into the game along with the Viking invasion expansion, because this is the light cav unit that's available to essentially all of the... I think all of like the English... I think this is available to all of the factions except for maybe the Picts and the Vikings, and that's it. And it's a little bit overpowered. It's kind of... It's better than its generic name would let on. It's very decent for light cav, and it's almost better than a mounted sergeant, which is kind of the normal like go-to light cav unit for most Catholic factions. Mounted sergeants do have higher charge bonus, and I think they do have higher defense and armor, but then the horseman has like better attack, I think. I don't have it all in front of me right now, but I think there's a little bit of trade-off there. Now, in the Viking Invasion expansion, it gets even more lopsided because you can give these guys +1 Valor with a certain building, but you can't do that with the Mounted Sergeants. Now, in this campaign, it gets a little bit weird. You can get Viking Raider Cavalry, which again is an added unit from the Viking Invasion expansion. This is the only cav unit that is available to the Vikings in that campaign. It's been added in here, and both of these units are available only in the early part of the campaign. The Horseman unit is available after you just have to build a horse farmer. Just a tier 1 horse building, cavalry building, and you can get the Horseman unit. Not bad. The Viking Raider Cavalry requires a horse farmer, but it also requires an armory, which feels strange. Like, why? Why would you need an armory to build light cav? In fact, not just light cav, but like probably one of the worst light cav units in the game. But it's kind of funny because the Viking Raider Cav does have a little bit of trade-offs here with the Horseman unit. For one thing, looks pretty badass. Nice picture. It has a very bad attack. Its attack is like -2. And the Horseman unit, for comparison, I think his attack is 2. However, the Viking Raider Cavalry has better defense and better armor, especially so when you include the armor upgrades from the armory itself. Also, it's cheaper. It costs 150 to train, as opposed to the 175 for the Horseman, and the upkeep is also just a little bit cheaper, 45 for the Horseman and only 40 from the Viking Raider Cavalry. So it's not, you know, it's kind of silly having a unit with, I mean, it's light cav, -2 attack does not seem good. You don't really need defense and armor on light cav, but at the same time, why not get a few of these guys? They're cheap, and you know what? You just need light cav to do light cav stuff. You just need light cav to put some pressure on the enemy light infantry and to chase down units once they start routing. And that's it. That's all you need light cav to do. They don't need to break the lines. You know, yes, they can rear charge engaged heavy infantry. That's something you can do. But yeah, they don't have to be relied on to break those lines. Especially the Danes, because the Danes have good enough answers with their own heavy infantry. Their Huskarls, their Landsmen, even their Karls, even their basic Vikings can all do a good job of breaking the enemy lines themselves without the help of their cavalry. So yeah, you can just go cheap with the Viking Raider Cavalry and they will get the job done. And once the early period is over, then I will be forced to switch to Mounted Sergeants for my light cav. And that's totally fine. Do I want to get any more buildings here in Denmark for now? This would allow me to train Mounted Sergeants along with the Spearmaker's Workshop, but like I said, neither of those units are unique to the Danes, so I don't really want to do that right now. Later on, yes, but not right now. Like, the spear upgrades, yes, I would like to get an upgrade to Viking Thralls, sure, yes. I would like to get my Feudal Sergeants, which is typically what you would call the second tier spearman unit for most factions, but for the Danes, since they have Viking Thralls, you could call the Feudal Sergeants the third tier spear unit. But you can train them from a keep, which is, you know, a tier 2, right? I don't want to waste effort on that in my Scandinavian provinces. What I want to do is use Novgorod, Finland, Livonia, Lithuania, and any other Baltic provinces that I can get. I want to use them on these units and stuff that are not unique to Scandinavia. You get the theme. You know where I'm going with this. So, Feudal Sergeants, yes, I want them. I want archers in a place other than Denmark, because again, I don't want to be wasting training slots in Denmark on units that I can get other places. Okay. You get it. You understand. All right, Sweden is building a church, and what next? I probably should still keep training good heavy infantry, although the Viking Huskarls are really expensive. So right now, let's find the Viking Landsmen are a nice middle road option. 200 florins. The upkeep is cheaper as well. They're not the really nice discount that the Vikings provide, but, you know, Landsman, let's get a few of these guys. Just so I can bolster my forces in Denmark, but also so that I can bolster my forces here in the Baltics as well. And Norway, do I want to build anything here in Norway? I don't think that I do. We are now ready to take on the rebels here in Livonia, and they don't really have much that they can shoot at me with. They just have this one-man horse archer. And of course, well, yeah, the fort as well does have arrows coming out of it as well, but I have ballistas and I have archers, so I think this is going to be easy enough. I actually do not know if a ballista by itself can get through the side of a stockade on its own, but I'm wondering if the Valor bonus from having my general nearby will be enough to help it get through. And this can be a good experiment. I think that this ballista will be enough to get through the gate, because the gate is a weaker point, and then we can see if the ballista that is unsupported by my general can indeed get through the stockade on this side. So this is going to be a good time to experiment with this to see if this is going to work. And of course I have backup. I can always use the archers if the ballistas do not get the job done. I just want to see what my options are here.
Broken in at the castle gate.
As to be expected, my ballista that was targeting the gate got through first. Is there anything else he can target? No, I put him back too far. That's okay. I kept him out of range of the defensives, you know, like the archers, the invisible archers on the walls. And what's funny enough, this is kind of ironic, the ballista that is not being overwatched by my general, I think he's going to get through first, yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm making this ballista crew nervous by putting the general there because the Valor bonus is not helping. They are struggling to get through.
Your brave soldiers.
Hey, there we go. Good job, ballista. I think that might have been his last bolt too. Can he shoot at anything? No, that literally was his last bolt. Okay. So, for experimentation purposes, ballistas can get through the outer stockade. But they might have to get a little bit lucky to do so. And then on this side, is he out of ammo? Yeah, he is out of ammo. So he did not get through, but that's okay. I have these archers here. I can bring them up. Almost got through. It's 99% damaged. And then in the front, bring archers up. Put them in loose formation just to have them take less casualties from the fort defenses. And I can bring you forward as well. Let's make sure that my infantry accompanies them, just in case the enemy wants to get a little bit cheeky and they want to sally out. I don't want to give them any easy targets here. And in the meantime, we can just listen to this banging soundtrack. It just hits way too hard. And are you guys in range? Not quite. Oh, we got some drums coming in. What's this? Have I heard this track before? Okay, yeah, I've heard this track before. I didn't recognize the beginning at first. Kinda, is this the Rome soundtrack? I don't know if I've heard this song before. Huh. I am absolutely mesmerized right now. I'm not even going to edit any of this out because I need you guys to hear what I'm hearing. I know that I have recognized some songs from Rome that were in the Viking Invasion expansion. That's Rome, isn't it? This is Rome. It is, isn't it? Oh, that is so awesome. It's so cool. Oh, man, I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, because usually the battle music in Shogun and Medieval stops at a certain point, and then you just get like silence for the rest of the battle. And it's my understanding in Rome that doesn't stop. You just get music the entire time, which is... You think it's like a simple upgrade, but man, it makes a difference. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep all of this in. I'm not editing a single moment of that. it's you know, it's something that I've thought a lot about. How I've essentially been forced by the nature of these games, these early Total War games, to edit a lot of stuff out. And on the campaign map, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of what I do on the campaign map is really, I don't want to say trivial, but it just kind of, it's stuff that to me is important, but it doesn't really garner mention. You know, like when I'm just merging units together and looking at what units should be merged, and when I'm thinking about, you know, the buildings that need to be built. Sometimes I'll talk about it on the videos, but sometimes I'll just cut it out. And in some regard, you know, with the battles, the maps are big, and the AI plays a really cat and mouse style in these first couple of games, and I think that goes away in Total War. I think that starting with Rome and onwards, I think that the armies start off much closer together, and the AI essentially just attacks, and that's kind of it. In Shogun, especially Shogun, I think the AI is more attack-oriented in Medieval, but especially Shogun, like the AI will reposition over and over and over again. And, you know, people have mentioned to me on this channel, they've said, like, you know, that meant the AI was better. And I can get with that for sure. But it also creates an experience, not just as a content creator, but also as a gamer. Like, it's kind of, it can get frustrating. Now, from a tactical perspective, yes, it's challenging. It makes you feel like you're playing a challenging, smart, tactical opponent. These are all good things, of course, but it gets to the point where, man, you just want to fight your battle. And I can understand why the Creative Assembly have gone in the direction with their battles the way that they have. And as a creator, as a content creator, I'm wondering how the difference is going to affect how I edit my videos going forward. This could potentially, man, if I get music like that in all of my battles, how do I cut that out? And I watch a lot of, you know, Total War players on YouTube that don't do a lot of heavy editing, and I think that they don't have to, because the experience is immersive enough so that even if they're not talking, you don't, it doesn't really matter. You can still watch it and enjoy it, and they can only talk when there's something to say, obviously, right? But in these games, in the first two games, in Medieval and Shogun, it really does feel like, man, you got to cut some stuff out. You have to cut some stuff out. Otherwise, you know, it's just going to be like, oh, and now I'm walking over here, and now I'm the AI moved. Now I'm walking over here again. You know, just over and over and over again. And, you know, I can't do that. I can't make you guys watch just 50 minutes of me going back and forth. Which is what happens sometimes. But I think I am looking forward to the faster battles in Rome. And I'm looking forward to a soundtrack that does not let up. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. That's going to be crazy. You know what? Now that the enemy is out of range of my archers, let's turn our attention on this fort. This is something that I've been, like, slowly realizing over, you know, 700 hours of playing. That this is a worthy target because this is still spitting out arrows, I think. So if I can destroy it, I will take less damage. Might seem obvious enough, but I can be a pretty slow learner when it comes to this stuff. There, and now I will not be receiving damage taken from that central little building. So it looks like there's just, what do we have? 9 Vikings and 7 woodsmen. Some of my archers are still shooting in here. And woodsmen. Go, go Vikings, go, go Vikings. Oh man, we are just going to murder these guys. Go here, and then you guys can come around. And I don't think the rest of you guys are even needed. That's probably all we... Oh, I can bring over some thralls. Why not? You guys aren't shooting, are you? Nope, don't shoot. Don't shoot, just go away. And one more rebel left. Go in. Go in, guys. Help your brothers out. Take down the slat. Come on. Come on. Take him down. There we go. Huzzah! So I did lose 33 men. Killed 168. Did I gain any valor? No one gained valor. Okay, that's too bad. God, speaking of... I can't get over how good this victory screen soundtrack is. It is so freaking good. Like, any time I talk about it, like the post-battle, I don't want to move on. I want to stay on this screen and like let you guys hear this because it's so good. Oh, when the chanting comes in, oh my god. Oh, it's so good. Like, it makes me like, and I love that they cheer afterwards. Like, I literally want to cheer when they cheer. It's, oh, the music. I just wish it didn't end. I wish that it went on throughout the entire battle. Alright, Livonia is now mine. The Spanish are just pushed. I mean, they're getting pushed by the French. Oh, God. The poor Spanish. Church is finished here in Sweden. The court poet. Let's see, +1 influence for the Byzantine Emperor, and then -10% zeal. Okay, well. The Byzantines are looking for an alliance. Sorry, guys, I'm about to attack you. Sorry. So I'm in the process of sending this emissary over to Lithuania. I don't know if I want to bribe right away, but I'm sure as hell gonna think about it. What do the Polish have? They have some armored spears. Okay, those are good units. But yeah, those are good spearmen. And they have some armor upgrades as well. And then javelin men, Slav warriors, all pretty low tier, but the armored spearmen are pretty good. Support cost is not bad either. 50 support cost, that's okay, I think. What do they have here? Nothing special. Oh, cool. I was able to keep the fort here. I think that's because, yeah, it had a defensive upgrade. It had 2 defensive upgrades. So I was able to, like, keep it, I think. I think that's how that works. Ooh, Livonia gives a command star for its governorship. It's funny, in the Viking invasion campaign, there's so many provinces that give command stars for its governorship, but this is a rare one, I think, in the Grand campaign. A command star, that's worth thinking about. All this, I mean, the money is going to be good though over time. Yeah, once it gets its trade going, I think it's going to be fine. Let's get a watchtower right away. And then I think that Livonia is one of those provinces that's going to have issues with population loyalty. So yeah, I think Livonia is kind of like Scotland in Portugal. I'm not completely 100% on that, but I think it is. 90% orthodoxy, so yeah, I have to get to work on that. I do have some bishops in the area. Well, it's too bad that all of my good generals or decent generals are in my family, so I can't give them the governorship. That's always been weird to me that I can't give governorships to family members. The only non-family general that I have is Lord Ironside, and he of course used to be in the family, but he is already the governor of Finland. So, do I hang on to it? I don't think so. I think I have to assign this right now to someone just for the money. So if I can find someone with good acumen and probably good dread as well would be nice if Livonia is a problematic province regarding its population loyalty. Zeal is low. Zeal's only 18%, so piety does not matter here. So I can assign it to someone with good acumen, good dread, and then later on down the line, if I have a general who I want to boost up a little bit more, then I'll have to keep this in mind. Oh yeah, I have old Godfred Ironside. 5 acumen, not freaking bad. Approachable manner as well, +1 acumen, +10 happiness, so that can help out with the loyalty. 2 dread as well can help out with the loyalty. Yes, I think this guy's perfect. 5 loyalty is not super great. It concerns me in the sense that he might get a little bit disloyal once I strip him of this title later on down the line, but for now, loyalty 149, 169. Not bad. And this army is just hanging out here, just kind of guarding Novgorod. I was guarding it against the other Novgorod forces that are here in Muscovy, but now that they're rebels, I guess it doesn't really matter. The French have now declared a crusade on Tripoli, which is currently being held by Egypt. Interesting that they're not going after Antioch. That seems to be like a pretty common first target. Tripoli is going to be harder. I mean, it's further away. What do they have here? Desert archers, regular archers, Saracen infantry. This is a good medium spear unit. Bedouin camel warriors. This is good against other cavalry. Saharan cav, light cav. Okay, well, nothing too crazy there. Yeah. That's going to be very interesting because, I mean, since the Turks, I'm assuming they hold Constantinople, so the French are going to have to march through that first. Where is the crusade? That's something that I would like to know. I don't have vision on it. That's too bad. So it's in here somewhere. It's central. It's located centrally. How much influence does the French king have? He has 5 influence. If the crusade fails, he will lose influence. That's a lot of Muslim territory to march through. Because the Turks won't have that option. They can't let the crusade pass through. They will fight a crusade. And the French did not have a navy, so they can't just sail into Tripoli. Interesting. If the French king loses influence, he might have issues with his subjects' loyalty. But this is just a mess. The French are looks like they might take out the Spanish and the Aragonese. The Aragonese are fighting back, of course, but this is a tough fight for the Iberian factions. The Almohads are staying out of it for now. They're not taking advantage of the Spanish forces being distracted here. Now, I don't think I can fight the temptation to bribe this Byzantine general. My emissary is here now, and it's only 1900 florins. I feel like I should do this. So does that immediately put me at war with the Byzantines? It does not. So does the bribery have to be successful for that to become a war? I guess I'll find out. This is going to be something that I learn. This is going to be a new thing. I don't want this province to be taken over by another faction nearby. I want to take this so it's just the Byzantines, you know, not Poland or the Turks or whoever else might be in the neighborhood. I did just pass through Livonia, which is held by the Poles, and they're not strong enough to take Lithuania, but I still don't want to wait around. Again, it's just nice to have more provinces that can train stuff and build stuff, so let's take it while I can. Oh, the Turks just invaded. Oh no, that's exactly what I don't want. Oh no. Man, I did not think the Turks had that many forces up there. Yep, the Spanish are retreating from Cordoba. Oh, God. But the French are retreating from Navarre. Okay. A little bit of back and forth here. Okay, let's see. It has increased value. And I'm assuming that's because... I don't know why, but maybe it's just because the armies did merge together, and that might be why the value increased. That would be my guess. I'm going to abandon the bribe because they are now under siege by the Turks. That really sucks. But damn, yeah, that's exactly what I do not want, man. All right, so now I can finally trade from Finland. That feels good. And the Holy Roman Emperor wants an alliance. Sorry, guys, but France is my new neighbor, not you guys. Magnificent Builder is my king. +2 loyalty to all generals, +10 happiness in all provinces. That's good. Prince Christopher is now lazy. He already was bad. He already had 0 command and I think 0 acumen, so he is just a fighter. That's all he is. He's good at fighting. Not good for anything else. Ooh, hedonist for Lord Ironside. That's okay. You're basically just a governor. That doesn't matter. I don't need your valor to be good. And this Lord Ironside, I have 2 of them. +10 happiness for being a builder. Good. Good. Man, this sucks. Goddamn. So 2 turns. This is going to fall. Can I bribe the Turks? Armenian heavy cavalry. Goddamn. Doesn't look like it. Skilled attacker. So he's a 7-star general when he attacks. Goddamn. Utterly fearless. +2 morale as well. And 6 valor. Armenian heavy cavalry. I think that's a very good heavy cav unit. I think so. And then Turkoman horse. That's a horse archer unit. Regular horse archers. Muwahid foot soldiers. That's a good spear unit. And some camels. A 6-star camel general. Goddamn. Jesus. Skilled attacker. So another 7-star general when he's attacking. Okay. But nothing else really. Okay. That's just 1 stack. Jesus. They have 3 stacks up here? Damn. They do have an heir as well. Prince Osman. Damn, so I need to go to war with the Turks to take Lithuania? What the hell? What is going on with this campaign? That is so weird. Well, yeah, I was not expecting that. So I need to build up a bit. My armies are not ready to take on the Turks' armies here in Lithuania. And I have basically a 2-province border up here. When this was just the Byzantines, I wasn't worried about it, but now I'm like, okay, that's enough forces to attack essentially Livonia and Novgorod at the same time. This is a very weak force, so that's really not much. This is a bit stronger, but, you know, again, not by much. So yeah, I need to start making money. So I'm making money off Finland now. Yeah, yep, good. I'm making some decent money off those furs. Income went up to 4,000. Yep, that's good. That's very good. And now I'm 2 turns away from having the trading post finished here in Novgorod. And then, yeah, Livonia just started working on its port. So it's a little ways away. Alright, so let's just keep the military coming in Denmark and Sweden. Norway keeps working on boats for now. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Oh, cool. The English have reappeared. Yes, I love it when this happens. So they are taking over Scotland. They have 3 stacks. I hope they're good stacks. If they can push back against the French, I would root for them. Oh, the poor Spanish. Sorry, guys. I cannot. The French are too dangerous for me to not have them as an ally. What about this? Okay, the Italians and the French are now fighting. Again, I have to side with the French. Yes. Weak principles, eh? So Lord Orvindilson is now a minus 20% cost to bribe. Oh. Man, I want to have bishops everywhere because I want to know what's going on. I'm very, very intrigued by... I want to know all of this, you know? I want to know all that's going on. It kills me. I hate it. I hate not knowing. I think I did finally get vision on Constantinople, yeah. Yep, owned by the Turks. Man, so the Turks are dangerous. Jesus. See, it's interesting. On one hand, I would not mind having a Turkish buffer between the Mongols when they arrive and myself. But I want the Baltic nations. I really do. I mean, I feel like I can play tall on what I have. Novgorod's trading post is now finished. What am I making? 2,000? Yeah, it's not bad, man. So I'm up to 5 grand, over 5 grand. You know, so what's Livonia gonna give me? Bring me up to 6, maybe? 6 grand? It's good cash, it's good money. It really is. I'm working on farm upgrades here in Sweden as well. That's gonna help out. But do I start a war with the Turks? Let's see, what did the English have? Okay, a lot of Highland clansmen and feudal men-at-arms. Those are not bad units. They really are not. Some Pictish cavalry. Okay, I thought that was unique only to the Viking invasion campaign. That's super interesting. And then feudal sergeants, a couple. Unfortunately, the king is a Zeosar general, but his heir. Or he's not an heir, he's an historical general, Sir Strongbow Fitzgerald, or Gilbert. Yeah, 6 stars. Moral flexibility, that's unfortunate. But still, 6-star general, he's good. Get him out of the same stack as the king, and he can do some work. And then, yeah, some hobblers. And then feudal sergeants, another 5-star general, Sir William Marshall. Mighty warrior. plus 10 health and plus 2 valor. That's pretty good, damn. That's a rare trait. If they can push, I mean, it does not look like there's much here in Great Britain from the French, that is. So, man, if they can push back the French and take back their island, that would be nice because, man, the Spanish, they're on their last legs. I think they just have Castile. This is their new king. 2 influence, 1 command. Yeah, he's in a tough spot. And Aragon, they're hanging on as well. The Italians are going to need help. Are the French still at war with the Germans? Yeah, they are. They're at war with everyone right now. The Egyptians. Soon to be the Turks. Once that Crusade army shows up, they will be at war with the Turks as well. Oh, damn. I just realized I'm also allied to the Turks. I did not expect them to be up here. That was unexpected. I mean, the good news is this is not going to last long. Once the French attack them on their way to Tripoli, then I will have to choose the French over the Turks, and that will get rid of our alliance. However, that goes both ways, right? Because right now, that alliance might be also protecting me from them. I need to work on my armies to get up to par here. I mean, feudal sergeants will be nice. I feel like my infantry is going to be just fine up against their infantry, you know, but I guess their cavalry is not that strong, to be honest. The Armenian heavy cav is strong, but it's beat up. And the Gulam cavalry or the Gulam bodyguards are, you know, obviously tough units, but they are only 20-man units. Here in Lithuania, there's nothing that heavy. So my heavy stuff should beat their heavy stuff. As long as I have enough archers to kind of rein in their horse archers, that should be fine. What's the terrain like here? Plains, temperate grassland, inland. And if I attack from Livonia, yeah, same stuff. In theory, if I bring a similar army comp to what I had before, I should be fine. Maybe just a couple units of Viking Raider Cav, just to kind of give me some flexibility, and maybe not, though. Just because the Bedouin Camel Warriors will do so well against all of my Cav units. They have a bonus versus Cav, so, you know, maybe staying away from the cavalry and just going all infantry. Just heavy infantry and archers, just to kind of wear down their armies. That probably could do the trick. Okay, Italians going in. Wow, look at that. Naval invasion. The Italians just went into Cordoba. Wow, things just got very interesting here in Iberia. The French are the richest. Okay. The Pope has died. Okay. New Pope. All excommunications have been declared null and void. Okie dokie. Port is finished here in Livonia. And yes, the French have finally, their crusade has finally reached Constantinople, and I'm not going to remain allied to the Turks. Let's see, Lord Lofston, new rent, +2 acumen. Holy shit, yeah, that's good. That's going to be more money for his province, and yeah, believer, +1 piety, okie dokie. What province is that, by the way? Denmark. All right, yeah. Denmark's making 1,600. Yeah, hot damn. That's good. Good stuff. Love to see it. So the alliance has been broken with the Turks. And their Sultan is moving away from me. He's 55. He's getting up there in age. Then again, so is my king. French Crusade, I still can't spy on them. God damn, I want to spy. I want to spy on what's going on so badly. I want to see what's inside that crusade. I wonder if they would sack Constantinople if they're just going to keep moving on. It looks like the Sultan might be moving south to respond to this, maybe. This is an interesting campaign, I'll say this much. And then this? Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to know what's going on. I can't spy on anything. God damn it. If they save the Spanish, because the Spanish, this is their end, right? This is all they have left. And I can't tell how much time they have left, but this is it. This is their king. He's stuck in a castle. If the Italians can save them, or the Aragonese, or someone save them. Yeah, we'll see. Gosh, it's so interesting. Cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And if the English want to push in, first they have to deal with this, I guess. So they have to deal with the rebels here in Scotland. And then they can move down and put pressure on the French. I hope so. I so hope so. I really hope they do. It actually does appear like the Turks may have moved some units down south to respond to the French. And frankly, I don't think I should wait. I don't think I should. I think I should go in right now. Ooh, and the rebels have taken Prussia off of the Poles. Oh, I want Prussia too. I want all of this. I want Lithuania, Prussia, Pomerania, and then eventually Saxony. But that's a different. That's for a different time. So seeing rebels take this it gives me hope. Yeah, that's what this does. This gives me hope that yeah, maybe I can. How are they having issues with rebels? I don't get it. These are Christian rebels. Armored spears and militia sergeants. Well, I should attack the Turks now. That's what I should do. I think I have enough forces. It can be a little bit complicated because I might want to bring some more forces over to Novgorod to prevent a counterattack. That's what they can do in a simultaneous way. The AI can respond to your moves and go where you are not. So it works out if you kind of like bring forces over. Yeah, if I brought forces over to Novgorod, perhaps. Also, they can reinforce from Chernigov. They could even reinforce from Kiev as well. So, yeah, maybe I just go all in. That could be tough. If they reinforce from Kiev and Chernigov, that could be tough. But my heavy infantry is decent. I have Viking Landsmen. Do I have any... How many Huskarls do I have? Not enough. Just the one unit. Yeah, just one unit of Huskarls. But Huskarls seem like they're overkill for these Turkish armies. I think Landsmen is going to be enough to get the job done. Them and archers and thralls. That should be enough. I'm heavily considering it. I really am. I would like to have a one province border with the Turks and not this janky 2-province border. That doesn't feel good. If I can just have one province that essentially shields me from the rest of the Turks, I'd prefer that. And then maybe, just maybe, I can get a ceasefire with them, considering that they are also at war with the French and still the Byzantines, I think. No, they got that ceasefire with the Byzantines because they no longer border any of their territories. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so it's just the French right now. Maybe I can still get that ceasefire. But I think that is going to have to wait until next time. I don't want to. I want to keep playing, I really do. I'm very intrigued by what is happening right now. And I very much want to dive in here in Lithuania. Well, this seems like an opening, but at the same time, as I mentioned, they easily can be reinforced from 2 other provinces, so it could be a trap. But I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here. I want to move out. I want to attack. I will think about it. Maybe by the next time I play this campaign, I'll have my mind made up. We will see. But hey, until then, this has been Constep playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.